The sun begins to rise over the horizon, casting a soft, golden light that reflects off the crystal-clear waters of the beach. The sound of the waves gently lapping against the sand creates a sense of serenity, a perfect setting for relaxation and introspection. It's one of those days that seems to stop in time, where the blue sky blends with the tranquility of the sea. The camera slowly pans down, capturing the calm rhythm of the coastal city, almost as if inviting the viewer to enter this peaceful setting. The beach, in a way, reflects an idealized world, far from the stresses and challenges of everyday life. Amidst the vastness of the sea, life seems simplified. There is no rush, no pressure, just the gentle murmur of nature and the beauty all around. The atmosphere is one of profound silence, but behind this idyllic setting, there is something latent, something that is about to emerge and change the course of this day. Ilona Maher, a well-known and admired figure for her imposing presence and unmistakable style, makes her entrance onto the scene. With firm steps and a confident smile, she walks across the sand, her sandals leaving temporary marks on the warm ground. She wears a swimsuit that not only enhances her beauty, but exudes authenticity and personality. It is impossible not to notice the energy she brings with her. She is not just a woman on the beach. She is a force of nature, a figure who knows the power she wields over those around her. Her friends who accompany her seem enchanted by her presence, but of course, all eyes are on Ilona. The camera focuses on every detail as she approaches the spot where she will spend the rest of the day. Her swimsuit, elegant and distinctive in design, is a reflection of her unique style, an expression of who she is. Confident, bold, but also deeply aware of her own space. She is someone who does not need anyone's approval, someone who allows herself to be who she truly is, without filters, without reservations. As she chooses her spot on the beach, the wind caresses her hair and the sea seems to align itself with her moment, creating an atmosphere of tranquility around her. She settles there in a secluded space, as if she wanted to escape the crowds and find refuge in the very act of being alone with her thoughts. The chosen location, although serene, is strategic. It is not just about finding a place to rest, but about creating an environment that allows her to connect deeply with herself. Every movement Ilona makes is meticulously calculated, from adjusting her umbrella to arranging her towel, all done with a natural elegance, as if each gesture were part of a silent ritual of preparation. She seems ready to face a day of peace and introspection, but deep down there is something more to be discovered. As the sun shines down on her, the camera captures a brief glance from Ilona to the horizon. It's a thoughtful, distant look. Something is coming. She doesn't know it yet, but the peace of this day may not be as simple as it seems. The atmosphere around her is calm, yes, but there is an uneasiness in the air, like a silent storm about to break out. An underlying tension is building, and only time will tell when it will reveal itself. What Ilona doesn't yet realize is that this day by the sea will be the stage for an unexpected journey. A journey where the calm waters of the beach will become the reflection of the turbulent waters within her. The day progresses and Ilona finds herself immersed in the peaceful atmosphere around her. She is surrounded by friends, people she feels at ease with, but at the same time there is an invisible distance between her and others. As laughter and conversation flow around her, the camera zooms in on Ilona's face, capturing a distant expression, as if she is physically present but mentally somewhere else. She listens, but her mind is far away, reflecting on something bigger, something deeper that cannot be shared in words, while her friends are having fun in the sea and playing in the sand. Ilona stands on the sidelines. She watches silently, her gaze wandering between the waves. There is a vulnerability that she tries to hide beneath her confident facade. In her mind, conflicting thoughts begin to form. What does it mean to be truly free? She is no longer just the confident and fearless woman that everyone sees. There are times when she questions the world's expectations of her. Is she living to please others, or is she being authentic to herself? In the midst of these reflections, a new character enters the scene. A stranger, perhaps someone who recognizes her from somewhere, approaches Ilona. The encounter is cordial at first, but quickly takes an unexpected turn. The stranger, perhaps well-intentioned, begins to comment on Ilona's public image, complimenting her appearance and the way she represents feminine confidence. However, in a subtle way, his words bring to light an underlying pressure. the constant expectation that she be perfect, always living up to the expectations of her audience. Something in the stranger's tone makes Ilona feel uncomfortable, as if she is being observed in a way she cannot control. This moment creates an internal fissure in Ilona. She is not just an image to be admired. She is human with flaws and insecurities. But can she be true to herself when the world constantly puts her under a lens of perfection? This seemingly innocent interaction lights a fire inside her. She wonders, to what extent is her public image really her, and where does the construction of a character she forces herself to be begin? The dilemma begins to take over her mind, and for a moment she feels like the beach, once so peaceful, has become the stage for an internal battle. She tries to push these thoughts away by focusing on the landscape around her, trying to reconnect with the peace that the sea offers, but she can't. The waves, which once seemed so comforting, now seem to reflect her own inner turmoil. What should have been a day of rest turns into a scene of deep questioning. Ilona feels a growing weight on her chest, as if she is carrying the weight of all the expectations imposed on her, not only by the public, but by herself. The wind blows harder, and Ilona closes her eyes for a moment, trying to find herself again. But the stranger's words still echo in her mind. "You are an inspiration," he said. But to whom? To herself or to others? At this point, Ilona begins to realize that to truly be free, she will need to look within herself in a way she never has before. The sea, which once seemed like a refuge, now symbolizes the depths of her own psyche, a place where her fears and doubts lie waiting to be confronted. The afternoon progresses, and Ilona finds herself alone on the beach, far from the hustle and bustle of her friends and the contagious energy that once dominated the atmosphere. The beach, which once seemed like a place of tranquility, is now the reflection of a deep internal conflict. She walks alone on the sand, her gaze fixed on the horizon where the sky blends with the sea, the golden light of the sun beginning to set creates a melancholic aura around her, as if nature were in tune with the moment of introspection she is experiencing. Ilona feels a growing sense of disconnection. What seemed like just an ordinary day by the sea has become the turning point of her emotional journey. The stranger's words still echo in her mind, becoming a kind of catalyst for deeper reflection. She finally questions the price of her public image and the true essence of what it means to be free. To everyone around her, Ilona is a symbol of strength and confidence, but who is she behind her appearance? What does she really feel? And most importantly, does she have the right to just be herself without the constant pressure of meeting external expectations? The sea, which once seemed like a peaceful escape, now represents a metaphor for her inner journey. The waves, with their ebb and flow, symbolize her own emotional ups and downs. Ilona realizes that while the world is always in flux, she herself has been relentless with herself, always trying to maintain the image that others expect to see, without giving herself the space to be vulnerable. She needs to break free from this invisible prison that she has built for herself, a prison made of expectations, judgments, and the need to be perfect at all costs. As the sun begins to sink below the horizon, Ilona lies down on the cool sand, closing her eyes and feeling the gentle breeze. In this moment of solitude, she finds an unexpected peace. Without words, without judgment, she begins to accept that her truth does not need to be shaped by the expectations of others. She can be imperfect, she can be vulnerable, and that is what makes her human. The sea, which once reflected her inner turmoil, now calms her, showing her that, like the waters, she too can find balance. The moment is profound and revealing. Ilona stands, a serene expression on her face, and takes one last look at the vast ocean before her. She knows that the journey of self-discovery does not end there, but that day by the sea has become a turning point in her life. The weight she has carried within herself begins to dissipate, and she finds new strength, a strength that does not depend on perfection, but on accepting who she truly is. She smiles, now free to live her truth, without constraints. As she walks back to her friends, the sunset light gently illuminates her face, as if nature is finally recognizing the transformation that has taken place within her. Ilona now knows that true strength comes from within, and true power lies in being authentic, unafraid to be who you are. She leaves the beach knowing that she is ready to face any challenge that comes her way, not because she is perfect, but because she finally accepts herself completely.